Hello again, and welcome to the Comics Online podcast, Season 15, Episode 20. I'm your host, Kevin Gaussoin, and with me today, there's no Troy. There's just Marc, the lovely Marc, and you can't see him because he's on the other side. Oh, look, there he is. Hey, look, it's Marc. How about that? But we're going to do your top five, and then, as per usual, we're going to head on over to the Bungalow Ale House to do part two, and we've got a lot going on. We've got stuff to talk about with Constantine. We have online comics. Imagine, Comics Online talking about online comics. We've got Amazing Spider-Man moving into the Marvel Cinematic Universe for once. And that is really exciting. So more on that and more. Oh, and Carmageddon. Those of you who have watched my show for a long period of time know that I'm the national champion of a little video game that came out in the late 90s called Carmageddon. I was the last. I was the last national champion. So and they never held the championship again, and so I'm still the national champion. Well, it's coming back out. Carmageddon Resurrection Reincarnation. That's what it's called because it's got car in it. Starts this Saturday, which happens to be Valentine's Day. So yeah, look forward to that. Okay, here's our top five. This is Flashback Comics. Look, we're in Flashback. No Troy, but we're in Flashback Comics, and we have the run of the place. So I'll sell you anything. Just come on in. It's too late. Once you're watching this, it's too late. All right, top five for this week, which will be tomorrow. Will be Wednesday, February 11th, 2015. And see, there's people that want to come in and talk about comics. This is just how it works here in Woodbridge, Virginia, at Flashback Comics and Games. Right off of Smoketown Road here. All right. Anyhow, as per usual, I love The Walking Dead, and issue 137, which I've already started reading here in the store. Yeah, issue 137. Carl's in trouble, as we know, for standing up for our good pal, and now he may have to pay some price, and there may be a bit of a coup going on coming up here at one of the settlements here in Virginia. Weird. By the way, those of you who are watching The Walking Dead know that it just came back on Sunday, along with Better Call Saul. That's another thing that we can talk about in part two. This is, of course, episode 20, part 1. After that, we've got. I've been catching up on Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know if you folks have been reading any Guardians of the Galaxy lately. I mean, obviously, with the film being such a huge hit and just coming out on Blu-ray recently, now's the time to jump on, particularly with their little crossover called the Black Vortex. And Guardians of the Galaxy number 24 is part 2 of the Black Vortex. And it's not a super huge crossover event, but I think you're going to enjoy it. And Guardians of the Galaxy issue 23 was the one with Rocket on the cover. It's all yellow and kind of painted. That one and the previous one, maybe even the previous two, dealt with a lot of symbiote stuff, all the Venom symbiote, and if you're not caught up, you should. I'm not spoiling it by telling you that's what's involved, but we get to know where that symbiote from the original Secret Wars back in the 80s, what planet they were originally from, and what is really the nature of the symbiotes that have been a huge part of the Spider-Man mythos for decades now. So, and I'm a sucker for a happy ending. With comic books being the ongoing soap opera that they are, you don't get a whole lot of resting points. You don't get a whole lot of places where you can stop and catch your breath and say, I've got a nice happy ending for the week, for the month. And that last Guardians of the Galaxy number 23 really gave us that. And of course, that led right into the Black Vortex, which I believe came out last week. And of course, this is number 24 is right out of that. Now, let's see what we got here. A little bit of Gomorrah. If you wanted a little bit, you might want Gomorrah, because that's a play on words. Anyway, great art and great writing. It's funny, I was behind. Troy will tell you, I was behind on Guardians of the Galaxy for so long, and just recently got caught up. And it took me until I was almost done when I was like, wow, this is like, it's taken a long time to tell what could be, not necessarily should be, but could be a more condensed story, a quicker story. And then I, turn to the front and then I say, oh, it's Bendis. Oh, now I understand the decompression. He is the master of that form, and he does a great job with Guardians. So check it out. This crossover event, the Black Vortex, with X-Men, but focusing on Star-Lord and Kitty Pryde, is definitely worth reading, and I can't wait to get on this issue 24. All right, so those are my first two picks. After that, we've got Spider books. We've got Spider-Woman, still in the Spider-Verse here. This is Spider-Woman number 4. And this is the last Spider-Woman in the Spider-Verse crossover event. As I've said before, to enjoy Spider-Verse, you don't necessarily have to buy all the other issues. You don't have to buy Spider-Woman. You don't have to buy the Scarlet Spiders and that sort of thing. You just have to buy Amazing Spider-Man, and you have to buy the Spider-Verse title itself. However, every last one of these has been high quality. Speaking for myself, loved every one of them and found them completely worth it. But delightfully not necessary to the story, because you get the gist of it in the main story. Let me give you a little bit of artwork on the inside here. You may recall that Jessica and the other Spider-Women, including Silk, have been working together a bit, and they have been in the home world of the bad guys. See, now Troy would scold me at this point and tell me the name of the bad guys, but I can't be bothered to remember such things because I have a terrible memory anymore. I don't know why. I used to have a great memory. And yet I excel at trivia games? I don't know what my problem is. Maybe one of you can tell me. Always open for comments, tweet at me, whatever. Facebook, I don't care. Tell me, you know what my problem is? Tell me what my problem is. I'm glad to hear it. All right, Spider-Verse Part 6. We've got The Amazing Spider-Man number 14. The main cover looks like this one, and I will show you in just a moment the variant cover as well. This is the final chapter. This is the lead out, and I believe there's a bit of a denouement book, but this is the final chapter of the main Spider-Verse story. And let me give you a little bit of art inside of that as well. Lots of fighting going on. Lots of multiple spider beings across the multiverse, kicking butt and surviving the onslaught of these folks who want to slaughter every last one of them in the entire multiverse, which, as I've said before, sounds ridiculous, but it's a really fun story. What else? Well, like I say, we've got a bit of a multiverse problem with regard to the cinematic universe is. So hopefully we'll have some ideas on that. We'll bandy about a little bit of theories and a little bit of fan casting when it comes to the future of the cinematic Spider-Man. So that's number 4. Number 5, this is a little bit weird for me. A little bit. I've picked it before, but that was because it had a special cover. Constantine, number 22. This is a New 52 book, and I am actually suggesting that people buy a New 52 book. Why? I have ulterior motives. I want Matt Ryan to have a job, specifically this job. I want Constantine, or frankly, if they want to, as it has been rumored, if they want to bring it on over to Sci-Fi Channel and call it Hellblazer, I'm great with that as well. And we'll talk in more detail on that in part 2 of this, and of course that's over on my channel on the ComicsOnline.blip.tv. So that's comics for this week. That's the main part of comics for this week. There's a lot of other stuff. Thor number 4 came out. Guardians of the Galaxy 3000 came out. There's another Doctor Who, the 11th Doctor came out. There's already part 2 of that Captain America, Fear Him. It's already out. I don't know why there's it's out this week, tomorrow, which for you will be yesterday, because this doesn't usually come out until Thursday. I mean, it's just a thing. But anyway, we've got, as usual, a lot for you in part 2. We've got a lot for you. I can't say we, but Flashback has a lot for you here at the store. Come on in. If you're anywhere near Woodbridge, Virginia, now or in the future, you should definitely come in, talk to Troy. He's out sick today. Send him well wishes on the Flashback Comics and Games Facebook or any other social media. I'm sure he would enjoy that. And thanks for watching. We'll see you in part 2 and next week.
From leaping tall buildings to going off like gamma bombs. Switch your internet browser to ComicsOnline.com.